What's up everybody, and welcome back to Operation Overhaul. Today we're working on the 96 S10 again, the SS, and we're going to be doing a rear main seal on this. So if you want to know how to do this, stick with me and chum on. As I said in the beginning, we're going to be doing the rear main seal on this, and as you can see, this one has been leaking pretty bad. And it's right there on the bottom, but you're going to have to take the transmission out to do this. I didn't show doing the transmission because if you're going to tackle this job, I'm pretty sure you know how to remove a transmission out of one of these, because it is a pretty in-depth procedure. And the hardest bolt to get to is that one right there, because it's up against the floor of the truck. And as you can see, we had to pretty much persuade the floor a little bit to get it out. And these do use a 9/16, seeing as it is a 96. 97 is typically the year that they went fully metric on everything, but this one does have the 9/16 heads and the standard threads. But like I said, you can definitely tell that this one has been leaking pretty good. But we're going to clean this off real quick. I'm going to get it all cleaned up, and then we'll show you how I pop the seal out, and I'll even show you the new seal. Here's the transmission. I just got it slid back on the transmission jack because I didn't want to pull it all the way out from underneath the truck, if I can speak right. And this truck did give me a little bit of a black eye the other day, so it's not pretty. But I just lowered the exhaust also. I didn't take it all the way out, so I just got it hanging right now. And this side right here is what it's hanging on. But as I said, we're gonna clean this up real quick, and I'll show you the part number, so stick with me. Okay, so I got it cleaned up a little bit right here, and right here and right there are two little indentions where you can stick a screwdriver in there and try to pry it out. We're gonna see if we can get it to pry out now. Yeah, you can see it's starting to move. All right, and you're probably going to lose a little bit of oil when this comes out, but that's your seal right there. And yeah, this one right here is really brittle on the inside. It's real hard. We're gonna wipe that out real quick. All right, here's the new one right here. That's the part number for it. It is BS40656, and it does have the gasket right there for the little housing. Yeah, some people change them, some people don't. I think in order to do that, you may have to take the oil pan off. I'll put it in the description if you do or not. I cannot remember, but always check to make sure it's the right size. And this one seems to be right size, and it does have the little spacer inside, so whenever you knock it inside of around the crank, it will actually go around the crank, because these are a lip seal. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bit of oil around the crank just to make sure that it's lubed, so whenever it does start up, it doesn't start up dry on this seal. But let me open this up and we'll be right back. One more thing I wanted to show everybody is on the seal, it does have outside marked on the actual seal. I don't know if you can read it right there. But it says outside right there on the seal. But that shows that this goes on the outside of the engine, and plus you can tell too because it has it recessed down on the edge. But I've already lubed up the crank, and we're going to climb underneath there now and install this. As I said, I do have some oil on the crank, as you can see. We're just going to start it by hand, push it in. Just go around it and tap it in using an extension. I got it installed, and you just want to make it pretty much flush with the outside of this cover right there. And then we'll wipe off any excess. And then now we can install the flywheel. Here's the flywheel, and it does only go on one way. This hole right here goes to that little dowel pin, and on this one the indentions, how they stick out, go towards the outside. And even sometimes it even have them marked on the flywheel, outside or inside. But this one right here doesn't. We're going to move our light a little bit. Don't hit it too hard because you can crack the flywheel, and you don't want that, and it'll start making a chatter noise. We're going to throw some Loctite on these bolts real quick. Just put the blue Loctite, don't put any of the red, because you will have to take these back off someday. We're just going to run them in with the impact driver. Okay, I got the exhaust out of the way. It was just hanging up on one of those bolts studs right there. But I got her torqued down. She did torque to 55, and I did get to use my tool right here. I'll show everybody how it works if you've never used one. I don't know how good you can see that, but it just hooks right into the teeth of the flywheel on the top and the bottom, and you just put pressure down, and you can hold it while you're torquing the flywheel down. That is pretty much putting a rear main seal on one of these with the transmission out. And like I said before, I'm not going to show the transmission going back in, because that's a lot more in-depth process. But if you can get the transmission out, you probably have some kind of knowledge of cars, and once you get to this point, it's pretty straightforward. But if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and until next time, y'all have a great day.